Into the Nexus is a production of amove.tv. Bookmark Amove TV for other great video games and esports podcasts. Into the Nexus is sponsored by listeners like you via patreon.com/ITN. Welcome back, everyone. This is Into the Nexus, specifically our Patron Hangout episode. I'm Garrett Weinzierl. I'm sitting here with Kyle Ferguson. We will soon be joined by some patrons calling in over Skype. How are you today, Kyle?
I'm doing great. We just got a preview at all the things that we guessed last night, and it was... Then they released the GIF, and it was like, there's still hope in the West March thing. It was a trick. They tricked us.
Yep. It was a trick. It's totally Ariel. Ariel is our next hero, I'm assuming after Gul'dan, because Gul'dan was also shown. Kyle, I gotta say, really digging the models on both of these new heroes. I love the way Gul'dan looks. I love the way Ariel looks. And they're like extra fancy skins are super cool as well.
I am a little disappointed Gul'dan doesn't have his staff, but he's got both hands ready to cast. We clearly saw a fear mechanic, which was awesome. Also, the Illidan that was running away appeared to have taken some auto attack damage while he was running away, so fear not broken on damage either. Woo!
Yeah.
PvPers unite.
I'm excited for it. Really excited. PTR should be, coming up anytime now. It did not come up yesterday.
No.
So, sad. Sad frowny face, equals beginning parentheses.
We'll have to wait for Tuesday, it looks like. I doubt it'll be updated over the weekend, but that should be Gul'dan and whatever the patch is going to be. We've heard a lot of different things right now, but a Greymane update, a Nazebo skill cap increase. It's going to be an interesting one Tuesday.
Yep, should be. Well, we are here to take live calls from our patrons. If you've never done one of these, if you're watching live and you're a patron, head on over to patreon.com/ITN right now for the call-in details. You just need to add the Skype account. You do need to actually add us to your contacts list before you can start calling in, or I cannot add you to the group call. But we're already getting some calls, Kyle, so let's go ahead and grab our first guest, Mr. Jordan Davis. Can you hear us? Maybe.
Yes.
Hooray! Hi, Jordan. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot. Been listening to you guys for a while. Found you guys actually through Angry Chicken. So actually, as I was thinking about today, I couldn't figure out how I ever found Angry Chicken.
Well, I'm glad you made your way to us nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a mystery that will never be solved. But So my question today, just to get to the point, when I first got into streaming. I stream myself, watching Day 9 and the hilarity that ensues.
Yes, he's an entertaining man.
Wish Fun Day Monday be brought back, but what are you gonna do? But then I started, going off of the Angry Chicken crew, watching Jocelyn and Dills, and they're pretty good about interacting with chat. And this question is more directed to Kyle because. Then, after going into the Nexus, I started watching Kyle. Okay. And Kyle, you have this insane ability to both watch the game, play well, and somehow respond to chat. And the moment that blew me away was I was watching you one time. I don't remember the game specifics other than you were playing Gazlo. You were in the middle of dodging Falstad's lightning bolt thingy. That's definitely called something, and laying a gravity bomb at the same time, and in the middle of the chaos of about 4 people throwing off their ultimates, including yourself, you responded to someone, "Hey, welcome to the chat," and I was just sitting there and just sort of like, how on earth does this man have this ungodly focus? Like, what drugs are you taking to get this done? Because I don't understand how this is possible.
Well, first of all, it was probably an after-show game for solo Q&A, so take some comfort in that. I'm a little more casual during those. During Throwdown, serious Hero League solo time, I rarely look over unless it's, I see the little @ thing at me that Twitch does where it highlights it so they know you're talking right. And then there's like 2 words following it saying, hey, like those things are easy to catch. But you add more than 5 words to a sentence, we'll get to you after the game.
Well, now you've given out your secret, Kyle. Now I'm going to go. I'm going to hang out in your solo Q&A stream every now and then. I'm just going to do nothing but mention you and try and confuse you.
I'll put my mods on that. You'll get a timeout.
Oh.
No, I'm not that tough.
No, but I don't know. You really are impressive in that regard. Like, did you have to train yourself to be able to respond to that? Because, like, I run my own stupid little Smash Brothers Amiibo tournament, and so there's not even me playing, and I lose track of what's going on in my tiny little chat room of like a dozen people. You, on the other hand, seem to be able to move between it all pretty well.
It's all practice. You can go back, dig up the videos from after shows when ITN was first getting going. I remember telling Garrett, "Oh, you can't talk while you play." No, and that has changed.
Yeah,
okay,
it's something that comes with time. And Kyle, you're absolutely right, Jordan. Kyle is fantastic at it. Really, your solo Q&A streams are just so damn good. For me, it's one of my favorite things out there, and that's not my bias talking. That's not just because I'm friends with you, Kyle. It's really good content.
Oh, you can be a little biased. I like you too.
All right. Well, would it be okay if I just plug my stupid little guild? Not guild, but
yes, but stop calling it stupid and little, man. We're going to teach you how to
Okay.
plug it better. It should be awesome and
it
epic
is.
and fantastic, and people should go check out.
Well, the reason I say it's stupid, it's called Slap. It's actually just my Twitch stream, Splice stream, every Tuesday at 6 o'clock Pacific. People have submitted to me and given me their amiibos that they have trained, and we let them play against one another. And this is the stream you watch if you need any assurances that the robot apocalypse is upon us, because amiibos make the dumbest decisions you will ever see. They will stop attacking out of nowhere. They will plow right through their teammates to try and get a kill and steal defeat from the jaws of victory at a moment's notice. It's really incredible.
That's pretty awesome. And what is your Twitch stream?
Splice stream.
Splice stream?
Splice as in like lice, but SP at the front.
Okay, gotcha. SPLICE.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, everyone go check out twitch.tv/splice stream. And Jordan, thank you for calling.
All right, you're welcome.
Have a good one. Alrighty.
We'll get him marketed yet. Probably shouldn't rhyme your stream with lice, though, when you're letting people know where to check you out.
Well, I mean, splice.
Negative connotation.
Splice is a word, although I would
Yeah.
say in the world of esports, it can be confusing as because there's a popular website, splice.gg, that's spelled with a Y. So you could have a little brand confusion there, but nonetheless, welcome to the show, DeGuy.
Well, DG, but yeah. Hi, guys.
I'm going to call you DeGuy.
That's fine, whatever. I get it all the time. I
DG,
think
okay.
stupid spelling.
Alrighty. Well,
Yeah, so how do you feel that with the downfall kind of right now of professional play, do you think that the new ranked system is going to help maybe revitalize that? And do you think maybe that epic mount is a little bit too high in the rankings as a carrot to chase?
I don't think there is a downfall going on in professional play, so I will just straight up disagree with you there.
Okay, and that's totally fine for you to disagree with that. It's a very opinionated stance.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm on the far end right now.
You're talking about the recent teams leaving?
The sponsors pulling out is more my concern. I understand the players probably aren't going much of anywhere. It's the sponsors pulling out that has me slightly concerned. We're losing team sponsorship. Cloud9 pulled out. I think we had a couple more. Tempo's considering leaving if they don't have a decent team.
Okay, I get you. You're talking about teams sponsoring a team for Heroes. I thought you were talking about like people are ripping off their Pepsi logos off of jackets and.
No. I'm worried. Yeah, I'm worried about the main, the big names that you see in a lot of esports just seem to be leaving the scene. And that has me slightly concerned. I'm not saying that I'm going to stop playing. I don't think anyone's going to stop playing. But with that, I'm wondering if at least maybe the revamped ranked can help, maybe reinvigorate the pro scene a bit.
Definitely.
Bring those back.
I would say it's kind of a dream, but I would love to see something point WCSE for Team League. Like if you go high enough in Team League, you grind it out. I'd love to see people get a couple points or have some sort of invite tournament that they can be part of, even if it's minor, even if it's, has less serious tags to it. But as for, the teams leaving, I'm not that concerned. It's really disappointing for brand recognition. I cheered for Cloud9 before I knew who they were because it was Cloud9 and I loved them in Dota. It just so happens that all the dudes on that team were gentlemen and awesome players, and I really enjoyed watching them play and their sportsmanship of it. But the money's still there. There's still 75,000, what have you, dollars for grabs, and people are going to go for it, even if they're not under a banner.
True, I guess.
Yeah, I'll start. And we had a little bit of a scare with MVP Black this year, but I'll start being concerned when these South Korean teams start kind of disappearing. And I'm not scared anymore about MVP Black. In fact, I thought their first round of public comments was just dumb, considering a week later they announced, "Oh, hey, we have a second team now."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that just had me slightly worried. I still use my Cloud9 mount, so that's not going anywhere for me.
Yeah, absolutely. As for the in-game mount in ranked play being a little hard to attain, I'm with you there. I think it's a little high. I think the fact that because you have to hit platinum to get the basic elemental lizard mount for season 1 if you're playing Hero League.
That's in team. No, that's in team. I think you have to be master in Hero to get it.
No. In Team League, you get it really no matter where you place. You even get it if you place in bronze. They just want people playing in Team League.
No. I know that one I understand, the basic one. I'm talking about the epic one. I understand it's a carrot to chase, but it's such a high bar to get that epic one.
I think it should be high.
Yeah, I was hoping they would do something with more like the timed exclusivity. Like, okay, the season 1 rewards now become the very low tier rewards for season 2.
Oh, I see so if you miss out, you get a chance to get it back.
Yeah, so the top end players, okay, yeah, they can get that really cool epic mount, first time it comes around. Maybe you don't get but bronze won't get it for 3 seasons from now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not with you there. It's one of the things I wish they would do more of in World of Warcraft, which they used to do a lot back in the day, which were achievement mounts, things like the bear from Zulaman. You can't get that damn thing anymore. But ever since, they've stopped. You can go back and get mounts that were extremely hard to get at level, and I don't think that's right. I think there should be something special to in-game things, especially if you're going to place it as high as you need to get Master League or better to get the epic version of the mount. I think it should be exclusive to those. I don't think it should necessarily become a welfare prize next season.
Okay. Well, WoW still has that.
But that's an opinion. I mean, I'm not stating that as fact, but that's always kind of where I've been, especially since there's an easier to attain version of it in the kind of just standard non-epic version of the mount.
Yeah, I wasn't so upset about the wolf, but seeing the lizard.
Yeah.
It's a Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus are awesome, right?
Yeah, and the armor on it actually looks good. And I'm like, I want the epic version of that.
Is it beyond your reach? I mean, do you feel like you're stuck in too low a league to...
I almost dropped from Silver 3 to Silver 4 today if I didn't win that demotion match. I'm nowhere near it. I am nowhere near.
Well, nice job defending your title. All the same, Silver's a rough place right now.
Well, I managed to get Kael'thas, his first
pick,
and it was Battlefield of Eternity, so I was like, oh, this is a tough choice. I'm better with Kael'thas, and I don't want to play Li Ming, but I'm gonna have to take one of them. So I'm gonna highlight Kael'thas. We banned Johanna. They banned Chromie. I got Kael. They got Li Ming, and we wound up winning. I went the Flame Strike talent and got my 20 stacks before. It was like a 13-minute match, and we just...
wow.
Yeah, we wrecked them. They were not...
That's a feat you even completed that quest. I have issues.
I died twice, and the second time I died, I had already completed the quest. Well, they had like Chen, Tyrael, Li Ming, Tracer, and I can't remember who their healer was.
Either way, that doesn't sound like a healthy environment for Kael'thas, so well done.
Well, they weren't diving me that hard. I was just standing as far back as possible and flame striking for my life.
Yeah, well, and also just keep your keep your ears to the podcast, because who knows? My opinion might very well change if I think the mount is cooler. I think the lizard's kind of doofy looking.
That's always going to be the opinion on mounts and that. It
Yeah,
really
yeah,
is.
exactly. I mean, I think having for Hero League, I think just getting the base mount and locking that behind Platinum, I think that's a little high. Personally,
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that they want to funnel people into Team League, but they should make a Team League specific reward if that's what they're trying to do. They shouldn't necessarily make our bronze through gold experience a lot less rewarding in Hero League at the expense of promoting Team League.
Well, I actually like the concept of, well, if you can just get 5 people together a few nights in the next 2 months and get your placement done, you've got the mount. If you really want the mount, that's the easiest way to get it.
Yeah. But I don't like hurting cats.
That's the tough part. Yeah, I wonder if maybe it was solo queue only for Hero League. We could be a little more exclusive with those rewards. I don't know. With 10 placement matches, it feels really bad to be as high as Platinum. If we have 3 like we have next season, then you're already playing Hero League and you already love it. But this was definitely a grind for people to even participate in Hero League. So I do feel like there should be some sort of reward in a lower bracket. I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Kyle,
think
I'll
so.
send you that replay for the Kale Thoughts just so you can critique it on your solo Q&A show.
Yeah, do it,
You want
man.
a 3-minute Kale Thoughts match.
I would
Critique
love
all
to
the
see that.
bad plays I made.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for calling in, DG. Good
Yeah.
luck. Good luck chasing that mount, man. Hope at the very least you get your, get 4 of your buddies together and get the regular
I'm gonna try and
elemental
get
lizard.
Team League done. And just plug stuff. I was guest starred on Hotscast last night, so check out Hotscast episode 99 and
that's awesome.
my show at thegroupquest.com.
Sweet. Well, everyone go check that out. You said groupquest.com?
Thegroupquest.com.
Thegroupquest.com. All right, everyone go check it
General
out.
Blizzard podcast.
And check out DG's work. And don't call him the guy.
Oh, you got a great voice
Like I
for
said,
it, man.
I picked the wrong spellings.
Nice. We'll see you,
right.
dude.
Bye.
Alrighty. Let's get a little Master DS up in here.
Hey,
Hey.
1 second.
That's right. He's got to make a run for it down the stairs and
Yep.
out into the world.
Indeed he does.
Now,
How-
not Tyrael, Trixler has confirmed that Ariel's a full support.
Did you just call Trixler Tyrael?
Yeah, yeah.
Is Trixler your guardian angel, Kyle?
Well, I made that mistake because earlier this morning, Trixler tried to troll everybody by saying that was actually a Tyrael skin.
He's just
Oh, no, that's not the new hero, guys. That's just a skin.
Okay, I'm nearly there, so let me just tell you what. Let me just give you a little hint. So, Soldier 76?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself for a second to get outside.
We're on tenterhooks.
Yep.
I like him. Dad 76, great memes.
Yep. Master DS's main squeeze in terms of heroes he keeps suggesting gets added to the game.
Mm-hmm.
I pay attention to when you talk, Master.
Okay, well, I'm actually gonna go in a different direction because, he has a skin, right?
Yeah.
He has a skin in the game,
What-
which is Evil Knievel, basically, except he is adorned with the motherfucking stars and stripes. And I'm gonna ask you, who else should be adorned with the stars and stripes? It's July 4th. It's time to talk about American pride and shit.
Cool. Well, you'll take the answer off air because I don't want to edit out any more F-bombs. But who else should be adorned? Because we already have a Rainer with stars and stripes, Kyle.
That's true. Yeah. So I haven't looked up the history yet for this new Artha skin, but that's apparently like a war hero turned mythic legend, along with that horse, the red hair he's getting. So it's not out of the question for us to be informed by historical figures like Evil Knievel. Man.
Yeah,
Well,
so we have the Stars and Stripes Rainer. We have the Uncle Sam skin for that weird Ringmaster skin for Greymane as well. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. It's the American flag colors. I would love a flag, like as a cape. So could we do Leoric?
Okay, well,
He's got a good cape.
oh man, I could already see Leora kind of looking like Uncle Sam. No offense to Uncle Sam, but
Oh, he's got the beard already too.
he has very skeletal features already.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that.
I want you to suffer.
I've always wanted to see, like an American paladin. So Johanna or Uther are my two votes.
We have War World 3 Sergeant Hammer right now too.
Yes, that's a good point as well. That makes sense to see I'm surprised that tanks, we didn't see one that was more American theme. If we ever get, say we ever get like a StarCraft unit that's like a flying, like a Viking or a Phoenix or something like that, I could see, getting a skin that looks more like a more modern jet and, maybe getting an American version of that.
I know we're on the call here with Master DS, so I tremble to even suggest this, but isn't a dude holding a two-handed rifle just a Rainer? I mean, we could just give it a skin. Soldier 76 Rainer.
Oh, Soldier 76. I'd like to see Soldier be his own hero. I want the AoE heal, and although Rainer already heals himself, which yes isn't the same as how it works for Soldier 76 in Overwatch, but damn it, dude, you're kind of right. You could just the silhouette isn't similar enough. Soldier 76 is significantly slimmer than the Greyhound bust shoulders that James Raynor is carrying around with him.
Right, and Raynor walks with his rifle down and barely moves it, whereas Soldier 76 totally does that swing when he runs with it. So I think you could make a unique enough silhouette that would work out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd also be really interested in Soldier 76 if they gave him a sprint that did not have a cooldown. He could just sprint whenever, but couldn't fire while he was sprinting.
Would you be okay with him having a mount in that case, or would that be his mount?
I think that would be his mount.
Just sprinting everywhere, so it's kind of Lunara style. Not that she mounts up, but that's what you get. You don't get on a horse or anything.
However, that would make me a little bit disappointed because he pretty much is Clint Eastwood, so I really think if he comes to Heroes of the Storm, he should be able to mount up on a Gran Torino.
Well, okay, I see what you mean. But we have McCree, but yes, I see what you mean.
Yeah, no, I'm talking, he's more, Soldier 76's voice lines are just basically...
You're not talking cowboy. You're talking grumpy old man.
I'm talking the actual actor Clint Eastwood. Like, he talks like him.
Weird movies in his older years.
Yeah. I like Gran Torino. It's a good movie. But, yeah, man. I think it'd be interesting to get more... I mean, we have a lot of skins that cater specifically to Chinese culture. I'd like to expand it, man. Let's get some. I don't know. Let's get skins for all the different countries around the world.
More monarch skins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why not? I want the Queen of England skin for. Why not? I don't know, Lunara.
Oh wow, she'd look good with a cape running down.
She would indeed. But it is 4th of July, man. So yeah, now I go with I'd like to see Uther or Johanna sporting some stars and stripes. That's my answer. So, other than that, yes, add Soldier 76 to the game, please, and thank you. So, let's take our next caller, Mr. Cheesy Bob. Every time you call into the show, Cheesy Bob, and I see your avatar, it makes me direly want a piece of cheese.
Don't you change the picture of the cheese every time? Am I going crazy?
No, I selected it a little bit ago as my sort of avatar around the internet because I'm like, oh, this, I found it somewhere, and it's just like, oh, it's sort of like this cheese with rays of sunshine coming out of it, and I just like it. So,
well, it's very inspirational.
Thank you. I am inspired by it.
Yeah. So, what did you have on your mind today, Bob?
Well, I originally wanted to talk to you about the Voltron show on Netflix, but I instead want to ask for advice on how to de-rust myself.
Okay. I like that. I mean, usually I would say you get some, steel brushes, but I don't believe you're being that literal.
I grew up listening to Paul Harvey with my dad, so you get CLR.
So it was last night I did my first forays into the new Hero League and Team League, and I went 4 losses.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was basically I was just a lot more rusty than I thought I was, because it's been several weeks because of all the moving and internet issues that I haven't really gotten a chance to play much Here's the Storm. And I guess and it's just one of those things where I'm like, like I was playing Diablo and I'm not really used to, like, I never really played him since they changed how his charge works.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And like I've seen, Kyle do amazing things with Diablo even post the change, but like I'm doing stuff and I'm just not even, just like either pushing way out into nothing, or I think I actually picked Diablo at the wrong time because they had a Tracer and a Lunara, so I just couldn't catch them.
Yeah.
Well, and sustain tanking is a better person's job, like Johanna for the blinds or something like that. Diablo really shines as a main tank when you're up against pure burst and abilities. So at least they're all out of steam when they destroy you in 2 seconds, and your team can clean up, you res in the back, you run out. Whereas sustain tanking on Diablo is just quite awful.
Yeah, and so it was just and so I just need to like rejigger my entire lineup, but that means like learning a bunch of new heroes, and I'm just like, I don't know how to even start with that, because I sort of have built up my stable of heroes from like alpha up until now, and then like I kind of haven't been playing much, and a whole bunch of stuff has changed, and the meta is completely different, and I haven't had enough time to, because what happened is like the meta would change, and I think maybe like start playing one new hero, but now it seems like I need to like learn like 4 or 5 new heroes now, because like none of the heroes that I used to be good at are in the meta or are very good right now, like Leoric, Diablo, Murky, those are sort of my go-tos, and none of them, a lot of people kind of get bent out of shape, especially with Murky nowadays.
Well, it's tough to find a good point to pick him at, particularly because there's always the chance of a Tracer or all these little counters just kind of walking around.
I can't justify anything but like last pick Murky, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't, discount that Skeleton King quite yet. He's on his way up, and I played him a little bit last night. Granted, didn't win, but that healing's real good now. He's feeling pretty awesome.
He did get a buff.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take him out, because
Yeah, I would say overall, Bob, I would almost get excited about this kind of thing, because now you get, like Kyle and I talk about this. It's like arranging our toys. We talk about our favorites bar as it's our toy shelf. We get come in every day, and all right, you're out, you're in, you get to shine. Have fun with it. Really think about, now that you know that you want to kind of dust yourself off and bring yourself more up to speed with the current meta. Like really have fun with it. Think about, go research, go look at win rates over at Hot Slogs. Watch some esports, see what piques your interest. And then
the
one
that I would
heroes.
love to get good at is Chen, actually. Like his win rate is great right now, and he's a lot of fun to play. I just have no idea how to like properly play him. And like obviously there's people who know, but like I don't know anyone.
Well, I would go talk to Gorath if you can ever find him. But I know there's quite a few Chen players in the A-Move chat room usually. As for I sure as hell cannot help you. Chen is not my cup of tea.
And Chen has some nice little tricks you can do for yourself. Basically, don't auto-attack unless you're ahead. And the way you are going to tank it is by avoiding auto-attacks. Kick, soak them in keg, light them on fire, drink. Kick, do it again and again in that order. And you will be surprised at how resilient and how scared people are of you when you don't actually break that drinking or ability swing to put out an auto attack or two. It's the easiest way to learn him, and then add those in as you get comfortable. But it sounds like just from a base level that you're having very much the same problem I was. You're probably playing too aggressive for your current league or the returning player base. Also, I know you joined a lot of our after show games, my after show games, and in those, it's easy. If that's the majority of your practice time, you're going to get messed up. I have to play off stream to make sure I'm practiced up, because when I play against you guys, we're banning out for Karsus, we're getting rid of that Chromie, like, we're all just having fun, and we know each other, and we know what to expect. Then you go into your solo queue game, and you don't know what these guys are pulling, what style anyone's playing, and you might just
and
be
when you're
making
playing
auto
with
decisions.
like kind of more close friends, there's a lot less salt that happens, right? So like,
That too.
If I'm playing against you and my team is losing, it's like, oh, we'll just getting beaten by Kyle, that's fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or,
But yeah,
the after show game last night where I was just like, Master DS was just portaling to the back line, and me as a Nubarak was not really able to provide a front line for our Vala.
You did some great soaking, man. I was on that Li Ming opposite you, and I was really impressed with how you watched out. You weaving between the lane not only to avoid the arcane orbs, but also to just block them entirely for your team.
Oh yeah, no, he was great when it was just against you on Li Ming, but then when Greymane came in, I just died.
Yeah, that's sustained damage, right? And that's where a Nubarak has his problem, just like Diablo in a way.
Yeah, it can be tough. That was we were just in sync last night, which does not usually happen.
No.
And Master DS's Medivh is quite damn impressive, I must say. I ended
the
up
buff to his Q, it really hurts now.
It does.
Yes, I ended up in lane against him in the early parts of that game last night. And I was just like, holy crap, I'm actually dying against a Medivh. What is happening? And then in game 2, we got to have him on our team, and we had another very decisive victory, and a lot of that was due to Master DS's Medivh play. Basically what I'm saying is I want Master DS to Medivh for me more often.
Get him in Team League.
Oh, you know what? We should do that. That would be something fun to do.
I would love to do Team League with Master DS on Medivh with voice comms.
Yeah. That'd be a good time.
What we should do is not only put us two up to the task of Garrett and I getting together with 3 people, but we should just have some sort of big ITN Team League night where we get everyone online and we just divide into 5s, and we might actually face each other in there if we all queue at the same time.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Anyway, have a good night filling out Team League, all place, all get our sweet gold, all get our mounts, and have a good time.
Oh, we could make this a thing every season.
Yeah.
New season, Team League placement night. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
I'd be down for that. Because switching teams up, so everyone gets on our team, that could be rough. But as long as, if we're just kind of providing a venue for everyone to get together and start constructing teams.
Yeah, if we could if you specify a day of the week and then a Discord link or something, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, set up 7 team chats in there. Everyone can show up, hang out, find a team.
That would
grind
be
it out.
supremely
Yeah, because
cool.
Team League with voice comms is so much fun. A couple of the games last night were Team League, and we did end up losing them both, but it was close, and it's really fun being on voice communications and also having if anyone on your team can play Kael'thas, then you can leave him for first pick, right? As opposed to maybe the person who's first pick doesn't have Kael'thas, and then the person on your team bans out for not Kael'thas, and the guy's like, I don't have Kael'thas, and then the person rages out and then leaves on someone, picks someone who's banned, randoms into Tychus, and then we have no healer.
Yep.
Because that happened.
It does. It does happen.
Well, chat room is in on this as well, so I think we just stumbled on a nice new fun thing for us to do with the community. So
awesome. We'll look forward to a poll coming up on the Patreon as to what night most people would be available, and we'll aim for that.
Yeah, I'm in, man. I'm in. Count me in. So, well, Cheesy Bob Band, good luck figuring out your new roster of heroes.
Yeah, I think I just need to realize the fact because I really just want to get my placements done, but I think I need to spend a day or 2 in unranked drafts just practicing my heroes.
It's a good thing, and it's there now, and that's a really important thing to remember. If you are coming back to the game after a little while, you have unranked draft now. You now have a safe place to go and have a draft
I'm really happy
experience.
about that because Quick Match is not a place to practice anything for Heroes League because it's
it is really tough, right? It's still better than AI. You're still playing against actual human beings making sometimes intelligent decisions.
Usually you have 2 or 3 mirror heroes, and then or it's all assassins.
Yeah.
If I want to play Kael'thas, I play Kael'thas, and my team is just all assassins, and it's this is not how it would be playing Kael'thas in Hero League.
Yeah, I like practicing my assassins in Quick Match, though. I think it's a great location to become a safe player, and then you can be surprised when you get in that Hero League game. You're like, oh, they're actually healing my Greybane. Well, this is fantastic.
Yeah, that's another good point. You could look at it that way. But that being said, unranked draft is there, man. Get in there and practice away.
Don't practice your tank support or anything like that in Quick Match.
Yeah. So, well, thanks for calling in, dude.
All right, and if you're not already, you should watch the Voltron show on Netflix. It's a lot of fun.
I haven't, but I was Voltron. I miss Voltron. It was never a thing for me. I was more of a Transformers and Gundam fan.
It's very kid oriented, but like if you like watching the old kid shows, like the Justice League stuff or whatever animated stuff, like you should check it out.
I don't really. It's
okay. Well, then
kinda hard
you
to
wouldn't
watch.
like it. But
Well, Chad was saying
I've been enjoying it as sort of a simple guilty pleasure thing.
Yeah.
I've heard that it was produced and like written by the Korra and Last Avatar dudes. So
And that
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
I'll give it a chance. That's all you
Right,
need to say.
exactly.
That's
That's
all
all
you
you
need to
need.
say. I'm done. I'll give it a chance. Cheesy Bob, I expect a report on it at some point on an Angry Nerd episode.
All right.
All right, see you, man. Have a happy 4th.
You too. Bye.
Alrighty, let's get in Mr. T. Dalseed.
Yeah, that's close enough.
I would ask you to
Let me
pronounce my
pronounce the
last
audio.
name, but it's cheating. I say it all the time.
Yeah, and it's spelled out right there at the bottom. I've written him before under the name Phaedrus.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, dude.
Thank you. Just became a patron, and I wanted to talk about duo queue.
All right.
So when this season started, I wanted to make the most out of sort of MMR plasticity. So I found a melee assassin and supported the crap out of him,
All right.
and now I'm up 500 points
Oh, wow.
nice.
with a 66% win rate. And it feels a little bit like cheating.
So
It is.
you're duo queuing with the same guy over and over again, and he's always melee assassinating, and you're always supporting him?
A couple of guys, but mostly melee assassins, and I pick support. Mostly like Rhaegar or a Tassadar if it's double. But Rhaegar mostly.
The world needs good supports, so I wouldn't be too hard on yourself.
Well,
It's-
and-
No, I'm
You're a support for hire here, so you love to play support. You wanted to get, you wanted to move up in leagues, and you found a stable of assassins that like hanging out with you. That's a cool way to work it.
and I'm not complaining. That's not what I'm saying. But it feels like the duo or the voice comm factor isn't adjusted for when matchmaking's done.
Yeah.
It feels a little overpowered.
Well, I mean, they try. There's definitely a rule in the matchmaking where it tries as best as it can to match you against another duo grouped party, or you end up seeing people who are higher in the ranks than you if they're not grouped up. Most of the time, granted, yes, the ways for their rules to break, but they've tried to account for that as best that they can.
Well, and regardless of the voice comms, even if you find the guy somewhat agreeable, you both do the same thing at the same time. Two people doing one thing usually means the gravity of the match swings to your favor. I mean, I remember with Gorath this week in the duo Q&A, we didn't want to at all end up on support and tank, but actually in this one particular game we had to carry real hard. The rest of the team, foolish as they may be, eventually figured out they couldn't do anything without the support and the tank present, and the support and the tank were making calls on their own, and eventually we ended up carrying out that match. So it is very, very powerful. I mean, do you want to see that go away, or do you just kind of scared at the advancements that you've had because of it?
What I'm saying is that I'd like for matchmaking to adjust for it so that I mean it's fun stomping people. I'm not complaining about that, but it's not fun for the other team. And I think when you see the people trying to make it into Grandmaster, it's sort of become it's become known that you have to duo queue, or that it's very advantageous to duo queue to make your way up.
Yeah.
Even without voice comms, it seems just having two people on the same page isn't really adjusted for by the matchmaker.
I agree. And that's a tough fix. Like Garrett said, they try to even it out. But I've also been on those teams where we have two stacks, and I'm the one solo player, and the enemy team has none. Granted, the enemy team should be made up of higher MMR people, but that still seems a little scary.
It does. It really does. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about that other than they need to improve their matchmaker, and we've already seen a lot of chatter from Team 1 this week especially about where they're being very open about the issues with their matchmaker and talking more. They've constantly been working on it, trying to improve it. So it's just something I think we're going to have to wait on.
in light of what I've just said, my question's going to seem a little disingenuous, but what are some hero combos that do really well with voice comms?
We actually went over this on the Patreon once, I believe. But
Yeah, you can dig it up. It would be our post from early June where we talked about some duo Q combos that work extremely well. The support and a nice assassin, particularly if they're melee, is always very powerful. This is kind of my rule I do. If I am trying to support a burst, I tank because bursts are squishy and they want the zone created for them. If it's a ranged assassin, I still might tank, but I think we can get some better stuff done with the CC off an Uther or something like that. So I support it. Absolutely, melee sustain assassins. Love that support.
yeah, I'm trying to find the link to it. Sorry.
I'm sure I can dig that up.
Yeah.
There's definitely there's some cute ones in there, like Brightwing Zeratul, because Zeratul can scout out, Brightwing can join him at any time. Same thing with Abathur there. There's a fantastic combo, and this is actually a little bit of insight on Illidan. Illidan thrives in chaos environments, not actually supported environments often. So that's why you don't see much Illidan Uther anymore, despite, Uther's nerfs and whatnot along the way. It's actually more powerful to give a Johanna with Falling Sword because of that just huge area you create of chaos. If you are Brightwing, and I see a lot of Brightwing saying, oh, I pick Brightwing when I see an Illidan on my team, and I go, ooh, that's scary. I don't want you diving like that. But with Emerald Wind, I do. And that's going to be a more powerful choice to support an Illidan than Blink Heal, because all you're going to do is get yourself into trouble diving in on that Illidan, whereas the Emerald Wind will actually disable a lot of people, and Illidan will get more healing done during that time on himself.
Yeah.
With his trait.
I also want to mention before our patrons go try and dig for that video, I believe that was the one we had an issue uploading, Kyle, so it just doesn't look like it actually got posted.
Oh, bummer.
So I will try and dig that up out of my pile of videos that are giving me hell and work extra hard to try and salvage it.
Thank you. I've found that like Johanna Asmodan works really well because the early game stacking can be done.
Yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Kyle, you and I had fantastic results, and I wouldn't recommend this in any other format, but you were not, when we were starting our Smurf accounts together, I lead and you butchered.
Yeah.
And we butchered the opposing team.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. But I think you've landed on something really. Melee assassins right now are quite popular, especially, and there's even some that flourish more than others on certain battlegrounds. Think Kerrigan on Infernal Shrines, and just having a pocket healer, having someone that is going to make a good engagement, and they know that you'll be there to back them up. That's gonna help you every time in a Hero League game.
That's what I've found too, and people really don't anticipate the offensive ancestral.
No, they don't, and it's good to get it out there nice and early.
Yeah.
What I would avoid is bringing the Wombos. Those are hard to, unless you're very experienced at it, like doing an ETC Gazlo or something that is supposed to stack everything up, but may not actually deliver the killing blow. That's where things can get really frustrating and difficult to execute. Besides that,
we talk about all the time on the show, Kyle, how it's frustrating to play heroes where you're doing a lot of setup, but you're still depending on your team to seal the deal and get value out of what you just set up. Mm-hmm. Now multiply that by 2 if you're trying for a wombo combo like Mosh Pit, Gravel Bomb. Yes, it's sick, it's gross, it's awesome, but you probably still need at least one other person paying attention to get some sick kills.
Probably just better to have a gray main that jumps in after the mosh pit and kills everybody.
I agree. I would rather just have a gray main at this moment rather than trying to put together some type of extremely cool and complicated wombo combo.
Yeah, it's more consistent.
Yes, absolutely. So
try more often than every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That too, yes.
That as well.
Two people waiting on a 2-minute cooldown. That's no good.
Ooh. It's tough. That's some tough stuff. So, but yeah, man, have fun and tweet at us or write us in and let us know how what other new combos you came up with. I want to know how this is going for you. If you're going to keep going on your disgusting win streak that kind of makes you feel dirty.
Yeah. well, the shiny disco ball makes up for it.
It does. You got to level it up, man. Got to level your disco ball. No, well, thanks for calling in.
You.
Have a good one. Alrighty, well that has, I believe, cleared the stable of callers. So if anyone is waiting in the wings, trepidatiously waiting to call in, do so. Other than that, Kyle, I'm curious, what did you think of some of the other skins in the video that unveiled Gul'dan and Ariel?
I thought the Jade looked great on the new Arthas, but does Arthas need more skins?
I don't think he does, and I don't care for it. I don't think it's a very cool looking skin.
It'd be interesting to know how much guilt the team is feeling after beating up on Arthas for all those trailers. Maybe they're like, we should just keep giving him skins, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
He'd be a little better.
Maybe you should still buff him. I don't think you're done yet, guys. I don't think you're done yet. Why don't we make him a little stronger, please, and thank you.
I mean, you're a big Tyrande player. Are you going to pick up that new one that just came out, the sort of sharpshooter comic book one, Eagle-Eyed Tyrande?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I have all of the Tyrande skins I want. I have her Master skin, which I love, and I have her Warden skin, which is just awesome.
I can only wear one at a time, Blizzard. Please stop.
Exactly. So,
the Johanna one is old school cool, though. The Spellbreaker. They even made her an elf, gave her little ears and everything.
Yeah, she's straight up a Blood Knight. She is a Blood Elf Paladin, and everyone, you should know by now what a giant, massive Blood Elf fanboy I am, especially Blood Elf Paladins. That's what I main in World of Warcraft. So, the day that skin goes on sale, Kyle, I will be buying it.
She doesn't have the dampen magic like a Nubarak or Stitches do, but Johanna is a fantastic anti-mage tank, and it's really cool to have that sort of reference in there to the Warcraft 3 character.
Yeah, I really, I dig it. Well, we have another caller, Andrew. Welcome to Into the Nexus.
Oh, what up, guys? This is Echoes. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Echoes. All right. Yeah, I saw you in the chat room asking when is it okay to call, and the answer is always.
Yeah. Let me turn off the Twitch real quick.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. We can't hear it, but I'm sure it is going to make you slightly insane.
Yeah. I'm at work on my phone. But yeah, I had a couple questions for you guys, just getting an insight from you. What do you guys think about having similar? Because Blizzard doesn't want to have similar profile characters, but then what I like is crossover fighting games and stuff like that. So why not have rivalry characters like Widowmaker and Nova and stuff like that?
I think what they're doing with Arthas is really cool because there's so many guys with a sword you could have in a game, and those fall a little flat. We only need one. I mean, we're going to be getting more dudes with swords eventually, judging by sort of the list of characters in development we've seen. So the silhouette is touchy. I really, really respect how much effort they're putting into making sure those things stay unique. Like, I was disappointed Gul'dan doesn't have his staff, but we have a number of dudes walking around with staffs right now. I mean, sure, we're not going to confuse Gul'dan and Jaina, but, Medivh's walking with his staff. Who knows who else is staffing down the line. Yeah,
it's a good point. And the thing with, if you're going to bring up the specific example of Nova and Widowmaker, the silhouette is just too damn similar.
Well, I saw that video that Carbot did recently, and they make a case, and then we have mirror matches and quick match anyways, so I mean, why not make them rivalry matches?
You're never going to win an argument with me when you use quick match as an example of something done right.
That is true. That is true.
I saw the Carbot animation video as well. I love his stuff. And it was a very tempting rundown, yeah. And the hook shot capabilities are really cool. Like I've said before, I would love to see Nova just lose the stealth and become Widowmaker even. I think it's a more interesting kit.
Yeah, or if we're talking about Overwatch characters, what if they bring over Soldier 76 and then you got a 76 Rainer rivalry,
Yeah, again, I feel, as we were talking earlier, I think Soldier 76's silhouette is unique enough. It is not very similar to Rainer's. Rainer's hulking and the style is a lot different. 76, he's slender, he's wearing a damn tracksuit, not to mention the way that he moves. He has this very distinct way that he hunches over and runs.
That is true.
Whereas Rainer just kind of waltzes around. And that's really what it comes down to with these. It for me, it's all silhouette, because we have three Marines now with the medic in the game. So we have the medic, we have Rainer, we have Tychus. But if you line them up side by side, their silhouettes are surprisingly different. In the case of Tychus and Rainer, I just have to commend them because they do look quite similar, but their stances are so different. It makes you really can't confuse one for the other when they're both on the battlefield. And Morales is quite, I think, quite different. I mean, they did a good job of kind of making her armor a little more unique and differentiating it from Raynor and Tychus's.
She's also going to move completely different. She has those little...
And she does, yeah.
Proboscises on top of her back that are shooting out the healing.
Yes. Yeah, good choice of words, Kyle. I would have called it little arms. But... yeah, I really want to see 76, so there's that.
Yeah,
specifically
I want
Nova Widowmaker, just, man, they look so similar.
Yeah, I want my ninja or samurai in the game. I played League of Legends before, and they have like Yasuo and stuff, and every time I see Yasuo, I think, man, that's like a Genji Hanzo crossover character. Like we got to have something like that in the game.
Yeah. Well, you got Shadow Lily now. Is that enough?
Well, yeah.
Shadow Pan Lily.
But it's not like a true ninja. What
yeah.
I mean? Like I mean, Zeratul comes close.
He does. But I know what you're talking about. I would love to see Genji in the game. A lot of people, myself included, and you, Kyle, have been asking for a Blade Master for a very long time. And I could see where if we got a Blade Master, that a Blade Master may have some ninja-esque skins, because their kits have always been, a bit on the ninja side.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. I also had, I've been wondering, like, with the whole support talk lately. And by the way, did we find out if Ariel is a support?
We did, confirmed by Trixler.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, with supports, like, you guys always talk about how can you put a spin on healing and stuff. And I thought, take the Haka's, like, underpowered ultimate, but why not just make that, like, into a basic ability for a support? I don't know what character in the Blizzard lore would work for that.
Are you talking about isolation?
Yeah, well, no. The one that converts damage into health. But I'm thinking,
gotcha.
like, make
adaptation.
like kind of like a force of will, adaptation, but like make it a lot shorter, but make it like 100% conversion of damage into healing.
Ooh, that'd be brutal, but that's a cool way to work another sort of main Q heal, and without giving them an actual kind of out of combat heal. You take away all their top off capabilities before you roll
Exactly. So then it's kind of like a safeguard, but then like all your healing is dependent on your timing.
Yeah, the thing with that is I think if it was 100%, the window on when you place it on someone and like how long of a time, how long that buff is would have to be
like 0.5 seconds.
Well, that's the thing. I think it'd have to be extremely short. So all of a sudden the skill floor on this healer is obscenely high. Like I don't
think is a bad
there's no staircase to get up there. You're going to have to rock climb up to reach the floor of being able to play this hero even remotely well.
Yeah,
I think
there's some scary stuff too that could be coming with other heroes like Taunt. I mean, we have Axe and Dota who goes, and everyone is forced. They lose control of their heroes and they are forced to attack this tank for the duration of the ability. It's like 2 seconds, but that's a long time. If we get a full on tank in here that taunts you and you have to attack them, and then the background Medivh puts the force of will with the heal on them. That's crazy. I wonder how many times these developers making these heroes are almost to the end, and they go, wait, what are we doing next? Oh my goodness, Fear and that with Gul'dan? We can't do it. Abandon ship. It's not going to work out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me that if they were to design something like the heal you were just talking about, that it wouldn't be 100%, and the window would be longer.
Yeah, but
half a second,
like I remember you guys talking about that. Actually, it was a while back about like how can you put a spin on healing? We've already got dots and like instant heals and medic and stuff like that. And that was the one thing I thought you could bake into a basic ability and work for a support. I just don't know Blizzard lore enough to find a character that would do that.
I really like that though. Put it on a melee support too. Like really kind of clunk him up a little bit, but make him this in combat damage negator.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I like that. That's a good suggestion, Andrew. I mean, there's a lot going deeper down that rabbit hole. Makes me think of the discussion we had yesterday about changing supports to be more about damage mitigation, and I almost think that change would have to happen if that ability came into the game, because if it wasn't 100%, that's all it would be basically, is damage mitigation.
It doesn't have to be 100%, but a good amount of it.
Yeah.
And we
And
might be getting that. We might be getting more sort of halfsy supports. All we've seen is some sort of what would the hair banner whiplash that does a knockback and a stun, and some sort of sweeping area effect out of Ariel. And maybe her main kit doesn't have a heal on it. It's just that resurrection we've sort of gleamed in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And I just have one final question for you guys, and then I can take it off air or whatever.
Okay.
But like as a new person to MOBAs, because this is my first real MOBA I'm getting into. I was that League of Legends player that would play rank and be like, it's just a game. Yeah.
I bet you made a lot of friends.
Which is why I didn't have a lot of friends in MOBAs. But when Heroes came out, I started playing about a year ago, right before the release. And by the way, I want to thank you guys. You guys have been a great help. But I also think that's why I'm in MMR Hell, as to what Kyle said about my game knowledge has expanded so much from listening to you guys. But yeah, it's just not panning out. I'm stuck in that bronze 1, silver 5. I keep going up, win 5 games, going down, lose 5 games, that kind of trend. So it's like, I want to thank you guys for that. But at the same time, I wonder, like, as a Korean person, I went to Korea recently, and they have PC bang culture,
Yeah.
And I was always aware of that because I used to go to Korea all the time as a kid in middle school. My mom sent me away to summers all alone by myself. So I spent my times in PC bangs. So in PC bang culture, it's so different than what it is like here because, with Americans or Western streaming culture, it's a lot better with Twitch now, but everybody's still kind of very isolated. They're at home playing their games, and yeah, there's voice comms now and stuff, but even 10 years ago that didn't exist. So the LAN scene was much different than playing at home. But in Korea, it's still that kind of LAN, not dependent so much on online streaming, but everybody just goes to a PC bang. After school, they're talking about gaming. At school, they're talking about gaming. Then they spend all day at the PC bang and then go back. So it's just I'm wondering what's your guys' perspective on the culture that we have compared to that culture. And you think because of that, will the Western side always kind of be behind in esports terms?
Yeah, particularly when you watch the interviews with the Chinese teams, there is no argument as to who's the best on the team. They talk to all the guys, and they're like, well, I'm the best support, maybe, or I'm the best assassin. But when it comes to the team captain or the guy making the shots, they don't do a democracy system. It's the best guy on the team. And I feel like many of particularly these updates we get from the teams in America or the EU it wasn't working out because of personality differences, or these guys weren't getting along in the house. And it doesn't seem like that's an issue in Asian cultures just because you just listen to the guy who's best and shut up.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that. I mean, again, because I was exposed to both sides. Yeah, in American culture, you get, the trolls, you get the people who think there's a special snowflakes. But in Korea, having said that, in Korea too, you'll see the little 10-year-old kid yelling, smacking the table in this public PC bang, and the old people are in the corner smoking cigarettes and playing, old school, card games, like Korean solitaire. I guess we call it Ghost Stop, but anyways. But yeah, there's a whole different culture inside the PC bangs. You'll see the little kids, and they're all intense and stuff. But you'll also see old, 40, 50-year-old men smoking cigarettes in the corner and doing their thing. So that's what I mean about the difference in the gaming culture, because it's so mainstream there compared to here.
Yeah. I think the reason we see South Korean teams dominate in most esports, for me, I've always attributed it more to team house environment, and we have had those a little bit sparingly here in the U.S., but it's not the norm. And their training regiments are they're just superior to ours. They're a lot more grueling. You're going to put a lot more hours in the game. You're going to perfect your play. That's something we just don't do here.
There's simply less land, so you can have a more localized culture, particularly when, people need to compete in an open event like for StarCraft. You can have a room with 100 computers in it and know that you got everyone who wanted to compete. Whereas here, you put it in LAN and we all go, no, not you put. Okay, we'll do LA. No, not LA.
Yeah, I mean, we're such a huge country. Yeah, and I remember when internet cafes were trying to be here, but here it's $5 an hour. In Korea, it's literally 50 cents to $1 an hour. So you could spend all day there,
Yeah, and it's affordable, and it's a place to socially gather. Well,
Yeah.
Well, Kyle and I will put some finishing touches on our thoughts. I'm going to let you go, Andrew. Getting a lot of background
All
noise
right.
from you, but
Thanks so much, man.
but thanks for the good questions, man, and
All right. Have a
and
good
for the
one.
kind words.
No problem.
And good luck.
Oh.
Good luck in your climb.
He'll have to hear that afterwards.
He'll hear.
Well, these will be our closing thoughts, I guess. Then, Kyle. I mean, anything else to add to that? I mean, I really, to me, I think it's just the team homes.
Yeah. It's tough. You know, you wonder how much special snow. I mean, we grew up in an environment. It seems like it's still kind of the same, where you be whatever you want to be, and if you want to be the best, you're told go for it, be the best, regardless of any limitations you might have on yourself, and that's great for a culture. But when it comes to video games, I think it does do a disservice in our online personas because everybody's a special snowflake. So how do you put years and years of almost ego conditioning away for a video game?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is definitely, there is definitely a difference in the culture. We're very isolated here in the U.S. I mean, for crying out loud, you and I really couldn't be much further apart yet still be in the same country.
Right. Well, I'm isolated myself. I live out in the boonies of Seattle in my beautiful forest because I had enough of the city life of Chicago doing the downtown thing, 1.5-hour commutes.
Oh, I thought it was because you were trying to be a wizard.
Well, that too. I love being wizards.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I thought.
It's so weird. Every single BioWare or role-playing game I get my hands on, it's all about being the wizard. But man, in this game, auto attacks, I just love them. Maybe I just hate missing my spells, and in single-player games, they don't really make you aim as heavily.
No, or you play
it's
Dragon
real
Age and the whole game actually freezes while you line stuff up.
Yeah, that too. That does help a lot. The tactical pause.
Yes, indeed. But no, I think it's just part of the culture. And I think some of it too, while Twitch has made it a little more social at the same time, I think something could be said that it also is making it again more inward because there's this culture of the Twitch star.
Yeah.
And while we do have collaborations here and there. I mean, we do a lot with our podcasting. I mean, you and I on Into the Nexus, the different hosts on Angry Chicken, different hosts on Overwatchers. But that's not common on a lot of the most popular Twitch streams. It's one guy or one girl sitting alone in their room playing games.
Yeah, or their friends call in, but you still have the same community. That's why I'm so excited about the future, particularly with more duo Q&As and on my streaming, because it's such a great experience to get people's personal sides and also hear what they play when they're by themselves. We all have opinions of tons of heroes and dudes, esports guys on teams, professional players. That might not be what they're entirely passionate about when they step away from their team. Right. And what their own personal experiences are in a ladder climb scenario. Yeah,
that's why I had such a good time talking with Dunk Train the other day. It was just cool to hear that side of his story. What do you do when you clearly play this game alone? How do you play when you do that?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. At the end of the day, for me, I mean, this what Andrew is talking about, the difference in the kind of the isolation gaming culture here in the U.S. I mean, that's the whole reason I started podcasting. Or just the whole reason I started listening to podcasts in the first place. I missed those discussions in my college home with, living with my roommates. What do we talk about when we were eating dinner? Video games. What do we talk about when we were hanging out with a beer? Video games. Going back to, middle school, what'd you talk about at lunch? What Pokemon you caught? And I miss having that social. So it does. I think, I'm sure it still exists to a certain degree here in the U.S., especially if you're still in school. If there's still a group of people you see in person on a daily basis. But for those of us, the older you get, the harder it is to keep that going. And that's what drew me to podcasts, and that's why I'm doing this now.
And there's always going to be tribalism on video games. We can't get rid of that. Even the PC bangs, you sit down to play your favorite game, you might get ridiculed. I mean, right now I'm seeing these numbers for Overwatch, and they're incredible. And I can only assume that if I was a 14-year-old and I had my game of choice, I would make fun of people sitting at computers playing a different game. Because that's just what you do when you're 14.
Yeah, to a certain degree.
Well, maybe not everyone, but my lack of salt is learned from experience.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I ripped on friends for having different, liking different games, but it was never like legit. Like, oh man, you're such a loser for liking it. It was more like, that's a dumb game. Oh, we're still friends. Let's play the game we like together. That was about as far as it went. It was
more about encouragement of getting them to play my game more, not outright hatred.
Yes, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, Guild Wars, that's cool. You really should play WoW with us. But
It's the superior game, but yes.
this is as far as it went. So, anyways,
I got a question for you, Garrett, before we end.
okay.
How many Overwatch characters do we have in this game before we need to add another arm to this spinning circle ring that is the Heroes of the Storm symbol?
Arm to the spinning Oh, you're right. Yeah, because there's 3. Do you think they're ever going to address that? Because I don't think it would look as cool with 4.
It might lose some of its power. I mean, I like that we have them all themed for the different games, but Overwatch is missing. And then do we add a 5th arm someday? I mean, they're not. They don't stop. You know, Blizzard doesn't say, that's it. We're done. We're done. Done making new games.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yes, they're clearly one is StarCraft, one is Warcraft, one is Diablo. But it's not that specific. You can kind of just let it go, I think.
Yeah.
And I really think it would look dumb if it was symmetrical.
I was trying to think of a good Symmetra pun there, but it was close enough.
All right. There you go. Well done. Symmetra.
Cool.
Yeah, it doesn't really work. It just kind of sounds like you're saying the word correctly. But anyways, that's a good question. But I can't, I'm picturing it in my head. Visual thinker. I don't like it. I don't like it, Kyle.
Not at all. What would you say to a Overwatch character that was 3 characters? Every time you died, you selected a different character. You had 1 support, 1 assassin, and 1 tank.
Well, you just described Pokemon Trainer from Super Smash Brothers, so sign me
Yes,
up.
exactly.
Sign me the hell up, Kyle. Yep, done.
Bring it on.
I love it. I love it so much. So thanks to all of our patrons for calling in today. Thank you to all the rest of the patrons who didn't call in but are supporting us over at patreon.com/ITN. It's because of you guys that we get to do these fun little hangouts every month. So thank you again. Kyle, thank you for being here and hanging out with me.
Absolutely. People should check out, the patrons should check out the video that's about to be posted of us going over our plans for our Smurfs in the future, as well as the Games Bond stream we did Monday where we played said Smurfs.
Yes, absolutely. It was fun. It was a good time. We have 2 days left on our stim pack, I think. We should try and get a couple games in over the weekend.
We gotta get to work.
Yeah. You should need 14 characters at level 5 on that account, man. Let's go. Let's do it. So, anyways, folks, follow me on Twitter at GarrettArt. Follow Kyle at Kyle Ferguson. No long-winded intro. It's a Patron Hangout. We're here to have fun. If you want to find all the other places you can find us, listen to a regular episode. It's fine. It's cool. Thanks again, patrons. Until next time, good luck and have fun.
Take care.